Hey guys, thanks for joining me for this 74th episode in Season 2 of Good Questions with Cameron Dole. Special guests on this episode include John Ratzenberger, the voice actor and actor, talking about National Skilled Trades Day, also some upcoming projects he has coming. We'll also talk with reality star, musician, and author Lala Kent. New book Give Them Lala is available now. We'll also visit with actor Torbjørn Harr. Got a new thriller that is available now called The Tunnel. We'll also visit with country singer and songwriter Elise Harper. Her single Dirt is available for pre-order. It will be releasing May 12th. We'll also visit with singer, songwriter, musician Dew Pendleton, talking about his single Might As Well, also music videos and upcoming 2021 projects. Of course, if you would, please take the time to subscribe, comment, leave some feedback, check out the shop, and share with your friends. Well, today is Cinco de Mayo, and it's really the first party holiday since huge numbers of people got the vaccine, so I'm guessing lots of people are going to want to live it up today, even if they don't know why they're living it up. Well, the survey just asked people what Cinco de Mayo was actually about, and only 10% of people knew the correct answer: celebrating a major Mexican battle win. The victory was over the French at the Battle of Puebla on May 5, 1862. Now, 39% of people thought Cinco de Mayo was Mexico's Independence Day. 26% thought it was just a general celebration of Mexican-American culture. 13% admitted they had no idea, and another 13% said it's, quote, an excuse to drink. Now, the survey also found almost 3/4 of Americans said they plan to do something to celebrate. 59% will eat Mexican food, 32% will drink margaritas, 17% will drink Mexican beer, 14% will go to a party, and 8% will go to a bar. And finally, 8% of people say that they're going to use today to read up on Mexican history. Excited to have our good friend John Ratzenberger back on the line, National Skilled Trades Day. And John, first off, thank you so much for taking the time, brother.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a cause near and dear to my heart. So, whatever I can do to fan the flames of skilled trades, I'm your guy.
There you go. Now, John, tell us a little bit about where your love and affection for the skilled trades came about. And I know that you're one of the biggest advocates for it out in Hollywood. Where did it start for you personally?
Well, when I was young, it always starts as a child. When you go back and read about Thomas Edison, Benjamin Franklin, whoever it is, they were all children who actually did things. Leonardo da Vinci is a great example. But when you're a child, you're allowed to tinker, to make things, to build things, to take things apart, to dig holes, to climb trees. That's when you start getting the common sense and learning how to use tools. But that's where I started. I grew up in a factory town. It's like everybody had some skill. I mean, if your father didn't know how to fix the faucet, the neighbor did. You'd trade off skills. Like somebody be good with cars, somebody good with metal work. But it was always around me growing up. I gravitated toward carpentry.
Now, John, for you, the skilled trades, and this is National Skilled Trades Day, do you think that skilled trades maybe are getting a bad name in the workforce today as folks are looking for jobs, if you will?
Well, I think, the parents push kids towards college. I talked to one mother. I was doing a radio show back east, and one mother called and said that she was embarrassed that her son wanted to be a stonemason like his father. And I said, but doesn't his father make a good living? He says, oh, yes, we live a very comfortable life. I said, why are you embarrassed that your son wants to be a stonemason? As well, the neighbors, all their children at college. And I felt so bad for this kid. This kid knows what he wants, but yet the mother would say, well, no, you got to go to college. And it's just unfair. It's unfair to the rest of us, too, because we need stonemasons. We need carpenters, plumbers. and we're running out of them, friend. So, whatever I can do to help promote the trades and say to especially young people, look, this is a viable option. You can live a very comfortable life by doing it. That's all. So I'll take it. I'll help any way I can.
And John, we know that the upcoming Monsters at Work is coming up on Disney Plus later this year. And for you, what's it like to have a new series, and how much different was the preparation for that because of the times we're living in right now?
Well, some of the recording I did at home, they would deliver the equipment, but it's not really the same thing. So it's better to go into the studio where they really have all the bells and whistles. So we ended up just going back in, and so that was the only difference. But it's still got the Pixar stamp of quality on it. The director-writer is a fellow named Robert Ganaway, and he's done an excellent job of maintaining the standard that you're used to when you see a Pixar product. But everyone's going to enjoy it. It's going to be a good one.
How much pride do you take in the opportunity to be the only one that is voiced in all of the Pixar movies? I mean, how much pride do you take in that? And did you ever see that coming before, whenever you first took that first voice job?
No, you never see it coming. I didn't see it coming, but I had a small part in Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. I didn't know. To me, that was the job. I showed up, went into the makeup and costume, and stood there, did what I was told. But you never understood, even Cheers. Who knew it was going to be touted as best sitcom ever? You just don't know. Same thing with Pixar. John Lasseter asked me to do another one. I didn't know. But there you go, 26, 27 years now. Wow. I've been doing Pixar voices, yeah.
That's good stuff. And again, National Skilled Trades Day. And John, it's always great to visit with you. I appreciate you taking some time, especially on this special day. And if folks want more information about everything you've got going on, where's the best place to keep up with everything?
Have them call you. So you know what? I do have websites and this and that, but frankly, I don't really pay that much attention to it. It's just you'll be surprised along the way. Turn on your TV and maybe I'll be there.
That's good stuff. Well, John, thank you again for your time this morning. I hope you have a great rest of your week and look forward to catching up again real soon.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Well, if the jewelry business hears of a trend that could double its sales, you better believe they're going to push the hell out of it. Am I right? Now, people have talked about men wearing engagement rings for years, but that trend has never really blown up. But now, the most famous jewelry store in the world is about to validate it. So we'll see how that changes things. Tiffany & Company is rolling out a brand new line of engagement rings for men this month. Now, they haven't said what the prices are going to be, but the pictures show the rings look more like men's wedding bands, just with a huge diamond embedded in them. Reality star, actress, singer, now author added to the list. Lala Kent with us today. And first off, Lala, thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Now, Lala, we talked about author added to the end of that, and how shocking is that to you to actually think about that added before your name now?
I dig it because I have always loved writing, and the fact that I have a book that I can go get at a place like Barnes & Noble, it's very surreal.
To share a book at this time, how hard was it for you to be open, honest? Were there times that you were like trying to hold back a little bit, or was it something that was freeing for you, if you will?
It was more freeing than anything. I had a great time writing it. There were obviously things that I went back and forth about. Should I share this? Is it too much? But at the end of the day, I felt like if I decided to write a book, I wasn't holding anything back. Like, I don't know what the point would be if I wanted to censor myself. Now, after the book came out, I won't lie. I had moments where I woke up and I was like, what have I done? How could I share all of this? But it's out there now.
Now that it's out there, what do you take from the feedback that you've received and also the folks that have been impacted by some of the writings?
I've had a lot of people reach out about the chapter of, about my alcoholism. So, and that to me makes me extremely happy because I know that addiction is running rampant, especially with people my age. So if I can just help one person come to the realization that, there's a better life out there for them, then I'm happy. So that's been the bulk of the feedback. I've tried to ignore any of the not so great feedback.
And being a reality star coming into fame that way, how thick has your skin gotten over the years to be able to ignore the haters, if you will?
Oh, my skin has gotten beyond thick. And I never thought that would be possible because, I'm just a girl from Salt Lake City, Utah, who is a mama's girl and a daddy's girl. So once I moved out to LA and became a part of this reality TV world, I had no choice but to toughen up and become Lala Kent.
And for you, the book, was the name of the book obvious for you? It goes hand in hand with your line and everything like that as well?
Yeah, it did seem obvious. It was, we knew that it was going to be a book of stories about my life and my world. I felt like it's going to be how I got to this point. So Give was the perfect name.
And now having a youngster along with it as well, has the sleeping patterns come around a little bit, or are you still dealing the sleepless nights?
She is killing it. She's extending her sleep hours every single night. So it's like, I feel like she's smart. It's like she knows Mama, started working again yesterday and needs her rest. I'm very proud of my little angel.
Now, what was maybe the biggest takeaway you've had over this pandemic? We've all had time to kind of look inward and reevaluate things. What is the biggest thing, Lala, that you've taken from that time as well?
I feel like the pandemic grounded me again. It's very easy when you're living in a place like Los Angeles to get caught up in the hubbub. And the pandemic allowed me to remember, it's family time that's important. It's taking time to yourself to just simply color in a coloring book. So it put the Utah back in me.
And how did maybe your music get influenced this last year? Was it easier to find inspiration, or were you having a little harder time musically?
Actually was having a harder time creatively. I didn't feel like, which was okay because when I creative, my mind gets going. So during the pandemic, I felt like my mind was finally quiet, and I really enjoyed that. That was the silver lining of it all.
That's right. Now, again, the book, Give Them Lala. I want to make sure and let folks know where they can find not only more info about that, but also the music, the socials, and everything else as well.
You can find my music on iTunes and Spotify. You can pick up the book online or Barnes & Noble, Target, any place that you get your books. And also, if you follow me on Instagram, which is at Lala Kent, you can click the link in my bio to order your copy of Give Them Lala.
That's good stuff. Now, Lala, as a result of coming out of 2020 like we did, as things have opened up, how has the goal setting for you changed, or has it just maybe evolved, if you will?
I think the goal always stays the same. We tried to, with my beauty line and things like that, keep it moving. Pandemics that once we did get into, this stage, we could just pick up and hit the ground running. But the goal is always the same, to do great things and be a good human being.
Well, you can't ask for anything better than that. And again, the new book, Give Them Lala, Lala Kent on the line. It's been great to visit with you this morning. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we can catch up again real soon.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
Now, did you know that people naturally think of a shape when they hear your name? Now, in my case, I Kind of figured that shape was a well-endowed pear or something. I guess not. A cognitive psychologist from London and a psycholinguist just found that people connect different shapes to different names. If your name has B sounds, M sounds, L sounds, or O sounds, people will associate it with a round shape. If your name has K sounds, T sounds, P sounds, or I sounds, people will associate it with a spiky shape. And it's not just shapes, it's also personalities. We assume people with round-shaped names are more agreeable and more emotional, and people with spiked names are more outgoing and have more energy. Got a new movie available to talk about, The Tunnel. We've got Torbjørn Harr with us today, and first off, appreciate you taking some time to be on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's great.
Now tell us a little bit about the Tunnel, and now being available everywhere. And man alive, how much different does the promotion look this time around as opposed to before, Torbjørn?
Oh, it's not that easy to get people into the movie theaters anymore. So, but in front of the TV, you can see this great Scandinavian action movie, and I hope people will do that. We're really proud of it and really happy that it comes out in the U.S. now.
Now, tell us a little bit about the film if folks haven't had the chance to see the previews or the trailers or anything, just a story behind the film as well.
Well, the story is actually in Norway, there's a lot of tunnels. There's a big mountain ridge going, almost across the country. So if you're going from east to west, you have to go through these mile-long tunnels. And we all know that if something happens down there in one of these tunnels, it's really hard to get help or get out. And of course, this is an action movie. Something happens inside these tunnels. And I play this ex-first responder firefighter who's stopped doing that because he wanted to take care of his daughter. His wife has died, and he's taking care of his daughter. And suddenly this big explosion is happening in one of these tunnels, and he have to go up there. And suddenly he finds out that his daughter is trapped inside, and that's when the movie really starts. So it's action-packed, really, really fun movie to watch, but it also has this great story of the father and a teenage daughter kind of getting back and finding each other, the relationship again after, they're coming out of their own tunnel in a way. So it's really, really, really nice movie.
Now, for you, growing up and going through the tunnels, did you ever envision something like this happening while you were traveling through, if you will?
Yeah, I remember my father was telling us, the kids, a couple of things to do, which always ended up with, but there's really nothing to do if you're stuck down there. So, but we all know that there's always, when you go through these longest tunnels, it's always, you can feel we have these signs now. You've gone 1 mile, there's 9 miles to go. And you've gone 2 miles, 8 miles to go. And when there's 5 miles each way, that's okay. Let's hope this is fine. No, so I guess every Norwegian kind of has this inside this little thing that watching this movie, there's something that we have always been scared of. But as any action movie, it's always good to see an action movie and not to be a part of it yourself. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Now, Torbjørn, in the time that we've had separate, everybody kind of having a chance to look inside, has inspiration been harder or easier to find as far as writing and new ideas are concerned?
I think me and a lot of artists I know had kind of, in the beginning of this pandemic, was like everything shut down, even our creative brains in a way. So the first couple of months there was kind of felt this lockdown on our creative minds too. But then since August, the last half year, it's been quite a lot of things going on, actually. I've been doing a lot of different projects and filming, and even though, it's so much harder to do, but you have to do these tests every day, every morning. That's the start, the routine, and a lot of different things you have to make sure is, but things are moving the right direction, and I think the creative minds are back to work, and that's a good feeling.
That is a good thing. And did you find, as you go through the new protocols, do you find it harder to stay in character, or does it maybe help out a little bit having to stay a little separate?
Yeah, as actors, there's always on movie sets, there's 100 different people running back and forth and doing this and the light and but the social distance actually helps a bit on a movie set, because the concentration, between the actors are more, we get to be more on our own, which is good. So that is something to remember when everything is back to normal.
That's right. Now, the tunnel available now. And Torbjørn, what else does 2021 have in store for you, my friend?
Oh, I'm shooting this movie right now in Norway, which will be released in 2022, hopefully in the US too, which is we can talk about next time, which I'm really proud of. And hopefully, because I'm a stage actor too, so I'm really hoping the theaters will open up, and I have a project there in August that will start. So we'll see, but I'm crossing my fingers. As actors in the movies, we're the first. We do our work, and we get to see the result of the work after a year. But in the theaters, the actors are the bosses, because the director can tell you what to do, but when the curtain goes up on opening night, I do whatever I want. So it's always good training for actors to be in the theater and decide what, and feel that connection with the audience. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's right. Well, again, the new film, The Tunnel, Torbjørn Harr, I appreciate you taking some time this morning, and want to make sure and let our listeners know if they need more information about the film or would like to follow anything on social media. Where's the best place?
For this movie?
Yes, and yourself as well.
Oh, that's my American PR should have been a bit better, but it's called The Tunnel. It's The Tunnel. So check it out. It's everywhere. You can find it on, on iTunes and Amazon. And I think people would like. It's a different kind of action movie. So I really recommend it, and I'm really proud of it.
All right. Well, Torbjørn Harr, it has been great to visit with you this morning. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and looking forward to spending some time with the film myself.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, you might think that after a year of living in a global pandemic, people might be a little more careful with their health and their bodies, and you would be wrong. The hot new trend on social media is eating rotten meat to get high. Now, the trend is called high meat, and people are saying that eating old, decomposed, discolored meat with mold and bacteria growing on it makes them feel euphoric. But this really begs the question, will it make them sick or even possibly kill them? Now, I mean, it definitely could. There is potential for all sorts of really bad bacteria to grow on and in old meat. So you could wind up with a stomachache, diarrhea, food poisoning, or even worse. Our next guest on the podcast, a country singer and songwriter, got a new single out. We're going to talk about that today, along with other things. Elise Harper. And Elise, first off, thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show.
Oh my gosh. Well, Cameron, thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it.
Now, tell us first off where music started for you. When did the journey begin? I mean, when did you know you had a gift that you had to share?
So, as cliche as it sounds, I was always singing, even when I was little. My mom would put me in the back of the car seat, and I had little bells on my shoes, and I would jingle to the music. So, always kind of had a natural gift for music. And then when I got older, about 11 or 12, my parents asked, they said, "Do you want to take music lessons and try to explore that and, sing in front of an audience and do shows?" And I said, that sounded like so much fun. So I did that. I took lessons for about 12 years, did a lot of contests, sang in a lot of shows, just sang wherever I could, national anthems, things like that. And it wasn't really until college. I was blessed. I went to the University of Memphis. I had a full ride for 5 years for singing. And it wasn't really until I was touring and traveling with that college group and singing in front of large audiences and seeing how they reacted when I figured out, I was like, hey, I could do this for a living. I really love this. I want to do it. And so that's kind of how my musical journey started.
Now, when was it you made the trek to Nashville? I mean, it's not a long trip for you. I mean, you're not far from home, but when did you spread your wings, if you will?
Yeah, it's not too far. It's only 3 hours. That's one of the reasons I love Nashville so much. I can scoot right back to Memphis if I need to. But I graduated college in 2014. I saved up for a year to be able to move here, and then I was gone. I've been in Nashville since 2015, so I've been here for almost 6 years now.
Now, what has Nashville meant to you, and what being in Nashville has caused you to adapt to what you do? What are the biggest adaptations that you see of yourself?
So when I moved to Nashville, I was very naive and thinking, oh, I'm just going to sing some songs and someone's going to sign me and I'm going to make it. That's not how it works at all. So I didn't realize you had to write your own songs. And so I've really, really grown as a songwriter. I've been writing my own songs for about 3 years now. I have a wonderful team, a lot of people that I've just connected with that we work really well together. And so that's probably been my biggest thing in Nashville, is just developing that songwriting, I guess, what would you call it, that a skill, and and just, growing as an artist and just developing myself as an independent artist.
Now, you talk about working on writing. How difficult has working on writing been this past year?
Actually, I will say this, as crappy as quarantine was, I'm sure for everybody, it was a blessing in disguise for me because I was able to really focus on that. So a lot of friends, we would meet in parks and open spaces. We would be safe, but we wrote all the time. So I was really able to develop that skill. And I will say I don't play an instrument, so it's a little bit more difficult for me. So I'm trying to be a better wordsmith and, say clever things and learn to say them differently than how they're usually said. So it was awesome. Last year was awesome for me to develop that skill.
Now, who are the songwriters, the singers that really inspire you that are out there right now? Who is it that kind of raises the bar in your eyes?
So my all-time favorite singer is Celine Dion. I love her. I've seen her live 6 times. I've read her autobiography like 12 times. I cry every time I see her. But I love Celine Dion, big inspiration, my biggest idol. And I love Michael Jackson. I mean, he's just timeless, one of the greatest performers that will ever be, honestly. Right. And then Shania Twain has probably been my biggest country inspiration. So I love her. She's so spunky. She's so sassy. She's brilliant. She's a great songwriter, amazing vocalist. So those would definitely be my top 3.
Now, we talked about the songwriting and the new single, Dirt. Tell us a little bit about the single, where that came from for you, and how excited you are to have some new music out there.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And the new single is called Dirt, and it comes out May 12th. And I wrote this song because I don't have the best luck in love. I don't know about you. But I was dating this guy for about a year and a half, and I thought everything was going great. Everything was going fine. Turns out he was cheating on me, and I found out via Instagram. He was posting pictures of her and him on Instagram, and I confronted him and I was like, what's the deal? Like, we were dating. How could you do that? And he was like, oh, it's over, blah, 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 all this stuff. So 2 months after I find out, he proposes to her. And then a month later, they announce that they're pregnant.
Oh.
So, yeah. And so I was like, okay, that's why. But I just wrote this song for him to remind him that, hey, I got dirt on you and I'll spread it around, but I'll be classy and I won't do that. So I'll just write a song about it. So that's kind of where the idea came from.
So how much vindictiveness and how much therapy is involved in this song?
Oh my gosh. It's definitely an anthem for women. It's definitely, very empowering. You'll have to listen to the song to hear, but everyone that's heard it has said nothing but positive things. Everybody loves it. It's a very upbeat, powerful song, pop country, a little rock in there. So hopefully you like it.
Now, whenever you get into a songwriting session, what is your what is your kryptonite whenever it comes to writing? What is it that you struggle with?
Well, I don't play an instrument, so that is probably the hardest thing for me. I'm able to sing and come up with melodies in my head, but it's sometimes hard for me to articulate those to the other writers, just because I don't play an instrument. I can be like, oh, play dun, 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 dun. And they're like, okay, give me a minute. Let me try to figure out what that is on guitar. And so that's probably my kryptonite, is just not playing an instrument. But I just got a keyboard, so I'm trying to learn piano, so I'm in the middle of that.
There you go. Now, what is the thing that you've spent the most time really working on your craft this last year?
So, honestly, writing. So that is, I was blessed enough. My parents were super supportive, and I had 12 years of vocal lessons. So I feel like I have, honed my skills vocally. And then I've just been working on writing. Like I said, quarantine, it was a blessing in disguise. It gave us all this free time. Couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. So I was like, well, let's just write. And so every week I was just booking writes, as many writes as I could, just to, create that skill, make it better, just make it the best that it could be.
Now, things starting to open up, it seems like everywhere. Have you had the opportunity to play a live show in front of live folks yet, or is that something in the near future?
Yeah, so we have been blessed to play a couple live shows this year. And this week, actually, I'm playing 4 shows back to back. So I'm playing Bus Call in Nashville, Whiskey Jam, Listening Room with Jimmy Allen. He just won the ACM New Male Country Artist of the Year. So I can't believe I'm on that round. That's amazing. And then singing at a wedding at the end of the week. So busy.
And that's the one that's the most pressure, right?
Right. You don't want to mess up the father-daughter dance song.
That's right. Now, as you move forward in 2021, what are the things that you took from 2020 and the way we've all obviously had to change the way we approach things? What are you taking as we move forward?
I've learned to be patient. I think all of us have. But honestly, just patience and trusting God and trusting his plan and his timing. It's hard when you have all these plans. I had all these plans for 2020 and none of them came to fruition just because everything shut down. I wanted to quit my day job. I wanted to tour and, just see if I could do that full time and see if I can make an income and a living from that, and selling merch and just creating t-shirt designs and koozie designs to be able to sell that to fans and go out and meet the fans. I love interacting with people on social media, and then meeting people in real life person is so great. So I would just say patience and timing was one of the biggest things that I definitely took away from quarantine.
You talked social media, and social media has helped the young artist this last year, I think, more than anybody ever imagined. And which of the socials do you struggle the most with?
Oh, I struggle with TikTok. I have a TikTok and I try to do it, but I guess I'm too old. I don't understand it. But I'm pretty active on Instagram. That's the most active platform I'm on. And then Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of that. And you can follow me at Elise Harper Music, and I would love a follow, and I'll be happy to follow you back.
There you go. Well, Elise, not only the socials, but the website, where to find out more about the music, tour dates, and all that stuff as well.
Yeah, so same with all the socials. My website is EliseHarperMusic.com. So made it easy, tried to make it as easy as possible. It's all the same on all the socials, websites, everything.
Well, that's awesome. Again, Elise, it's been great to visit with you. Appreciate you taking some time, and looking forward to folks can they pre-order the single since it's available the 12th?
Yeah, so I would absolutely love that. We do have a goal. We're trying to chart on iTunes, on Amazon, on Billboard, and Music Row charting. So if you do decide to pre-order Dirt before May 12th, I will send you a free gift. You do have to send me a confirmation screenshot that you purchased it on iTunes or on Amazon Music. And if you send me that screenshot, either Facebook, Instagram, however you do your social media, I'll be happy to send you a free gift in the mail.
All right. Well, there you go. Got new music. Go pre-order it now. And Elise Harper Music. It's easy enough. Anywhere, you just go Google that and you can find her.
Absolutely.
Well, Elise, again, thank you for your time today. It was great to get to visit with you, and look forward to catching up real soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Cameron. It's been a treat.
Now, how sad is it when even your happy place stresses you out? More than half of Americans in a new poll said that even the good, healthy habits that they have can sometimes make them feel worse. Now, here are some of the good things that we do for ourselves that can have unintended side effects. Number 1, 34% of people who've meditated or done a calming exercise said it's made them feel more anxious before. Number 2, 1 in 3 people who've gone to bed early to get a good night's sleep woke up feeling even more exhausted. Number 3, 2 in 5 people have felt sick to their stomach after eating something healthy. Number 4, 40% have used a cleaning product and the fumes made them sick. Number 5, 36% have felt nauseous from the smell of aromatherapeutic candle. Number 6, 10% have opened a window to get some air and the extra pollen just made them more congested. And number 7, the top 5 chores that can make us feel worse are running errands, cleaning, cooking, walking the dog, and taking out the trash. Our next guest on the podcast, good to have him back, country singer, songwriter. Actually, he's got a phrase for that, and he can say it better than I can of his format. Dew Pendleton on with us. Dew, always great to visit with you, brother.
Hey, man. It's great to be back. I appreciate you having me. It's hippie, redneck, gospel love. That's the whole vibe of it.
I was going to try, and I was like, yeah, he's got it down. He's got it down. Now,
living it.
What's been going on with you since we spoke last? Obviously, the single has officially been dropped now and is available out there, and I've been following you on Instagram and Facebook and all that. Man, your schedule's gotten a little crazy, brother.
I'm working too much, really, but I'm enjoying it. I played Mullet Toss down at Floribama a couple weeks ago on the big tent stage. It was like 800 people. It was an epic big show. I got to get out in front of the band and jump around without playing an instrument. It was really cool. I've just been playing a bunch, trying to play places I haven't played, and just been working on the farm, and our goat had some babies. Just normal stuff. Collected eggs, playing at night.
That's right. Now, Dew, what has it been like getting out there and playing as things are opening back up, and the excitement level of the fans? I mean, how much has that changed?
Everyone's happy to be there. Everyone's paying attention. Everyone is rocking out, listening to every word. And it's, there's a thirst to forget about things, and just have some fun and feel like a person, and I've been enjoying it. And I know the people on the Gulf Coast. I've been playing in Mississippi and Georgia a little bit, and they treat me well. In Alabama, of course. And then I've been spending 4 or 5 days a week playing on the beach. So I'm enjoying it. Everyone, if you're on the beach, you're happy. Normally,
I was going to say somebody's got to do it. Might as well be me, right?
Right, might as well be me. I'll do it.
Now, how is the songwriting inspiration been going as of late?
Well, so, this album came out, and back to the hippie redneck gospel love thing. I've got a 4-album release plan with those 4 mantras. So Might As Well Be Me was the more hippier version. Actually, I had another album out. We took it down. It was super like kind of hippie and rock, but I'll come back to that later in life. I think I want to redo it. But so Might As Well Be Me is the hippie. The next album is going to be redneck. It's kind of really like Hank Jr., but Meets a little Stapleton with some soul, obviously still, but the writing is a little more redneck, a little more kind of roughneck stuff. And so lately I've been working on the next one, which is gospel. I've been working on a gospel album. I've been writing gospel music lately. And of course, weird, dumb rap songs that nobody will ever hear, and country stuff. And, I can't control it, but I do get inspired. And when I try to write, I do have some ideas that I want to go towards. So I've been working on that gospel album and the love album, which it's going to be encompass all of it at the very end. So I've really just been writing like normal. So every day I get home at night after a gig, and I've like written all the way home, and I get home and I try to go to sleep, and it's still going. I have to get up and write it down before I lose it. I'm not complaining. That's how I work. I write all the time.
Now, the hippie, redneck, gospel love. Now, you can get all of those right there on the beach, too. That seems like the perfect inspirational place, right? It
is. And they all treat me so well. All the gigs I play down there, I mean, I could work every single day. I mean, honestly, if you're a full-time musician and you want to really work, move to Florida, because there's a shortage of musicians right now. I'm serious. There's a shortage of people. People from Nashville are coming down all the time. People from Ohio are coming down, my friends, and playing with us. So it is inspirational, and it's a great time of life right now. Spring's always amazing, but I think this year just everybody is trying to just desperately hold on to freedom and just, go for it in every way, really.
Now, how have you been keeping up with social media? It seems like the new artists, so many of them have blown up because of socials. Is that a challenge for you too to keep up with?
It's a challenge for me to keep up with my schedule a little bit, but I'm doing it. Social media, if I focus on it too much, it consumes me, and then I'll make myself put it down for a couple of days and miss something. So I'm really trying to work on it because it's so easy to get distracted. I started a TikTok, and I've got all these ideas, and we've got plans to film some things, and really kind of put a lot of effort in that just because I don't have anything on there. And I've combined it all. I don't really have to do as much as I had to before. I've put it all on Instagram, then I choose where it goes. So I am a little behind on posts. I have a show coming up this Friday at Whiskey Runners that I forgot to make a, ad for. So I'll do that when I get off here tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow after tomorrow night. So I have a good team that's helping me remind me of everything, and a good management team that sends me emails and texts and phone calls and all that all day. So we're doing it. So it's just, it's going okay. I don't think we're epically failing at it. It's a lot of stuff. I don't even do anything on Twitter really, but maybe I will. I don't know.
You're going to start, you're turning over a new leaf today. I feel it, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Finally inspired somebody for good. It's taken long enough.
You did. We'll try harder now.
That's right. Now, do the you got the guitar there, man, and every time I see you with the guitar, I hate not to ask you to play something if you're willing.
Yeah, this is my wife's guitar. She's really been practicing on it, and so let's see. Thought it was in tune. We were talking about the beach and how I play down there a lot in Floribama, at least every other week now. And then, a lot of time in Destin. A lot of my life, luckily, has been spent in Destin, Florida, and up and down the Gulf Coast. So I wrote a song called Beach Town on the way to work, on the way to a gig the other night, a couple months back, actually, now. And we normally start the show with it, and it's been getting a pretty good response. I ain't gotta go to work tomorrow. I ain't gotta go to bed till the sun comes up. Y'all raise your cups up. I ain't gotta worry about nothing right now. There's nothing right now I can do about anything anyhow. So nothing's gonna get me down. I ain't gotta do nothing I don't wanna do. And all I wanna do is get to loving on you and that view. Headed out to the Floribama, that on sunglasses, prettiest smile with your hair in the wind, windows down, headed out, cloud down, in a beach town. I wrote the second verse for all the ladies. Spend $100 at the dollar store. We got everything we need with just a little bit more. And baby, I want a little bit more. I promise no fights, no jealousy tonight. I know you've been waiting for a long, long time for that view. A pontoon out on Crab Island, that old sunglasses, prettiest smile with your hair in the wind, windows down, headed out, cloud down, in a beach town. Baby, why don't you say we just stay? Then every day I could see you in that view, headed out past the Floribama, that old song. Your sunglasses, prettiest smile with your hair in the wind, windows down. They're headed out, cloud down, in a beach town. Yeah, that's how we roll, that's how we go down. Don't fuss in love. I ain't gotta go to work tomorrow. I ain't gotta go to bed till the sun comes up. Y'all raise your cup. Woo.
The Beach Town.
Yeah, it's on the next record. It's going to be on the. It's getting its own. It's taking over this whole next project, or the Redneck kind of album coming out hopefully in September, October. But yeah, I like it. I think it's fun. I needed a fun song. You know, I write enough sad songs. I was like, let's write something fun.
Now, as the you get ready for the summer, and you're talking about being down in the Gulf area, I mean, this has got to be a hot time, schedule time for you as well.
Yeah, everything opens up. I work in Doolin Piano Bar in Baytown. That's like my main job, so I can play like cool country places and that doesn't pay well. But I'm a full-time musician, so I do dueling pianos, and they're open 7 nights a week. And then there's like 7 other of those on the Gulf Coast. So many dueling piano bars and so many like tiki huts and marina cafes and beach spots. I mean, everything's going full blast right now already. And it will go that way until, Labor Day, really.
That's cool. Now, as getting the feedback on the single, now that it's out and about, what's it like to see that first single getting the feedback that you've been getting?
It's been amazing, really, because I recorded this song 3 years ago, and then we were doing certain things for 2 years, and I was waiting on something, and then COVID happened, so it was like a whole nother year. But it's amazing to hear people accepting it and loving it. There's a place in Kentucky that just increased the spins by like 80% last week. There's places all over the country just really loving it. I think last week it was played the most in like somewhere in California or something, or maybe Idaho, and then like the second largest place was Pensacola, where I'm from. So Pensacola is still representing, but it's only a couple of radio stations didn't want to play it because I reference the first line of the chorus, if you want to smoke, roll a fat one. Only 2 out of like hundreds of radio stations. So I think that's okay, and I respect that. And most of the response has just been super awesome. Some guy came up to me the other day. He's friends with Harry Connick Jr., he says, and he's like, Keith Urban should sing this song. And I was like, yes, go ahead. Today?
I know.
Record it right now. I mean, of course. So that was cool. So, yes, Keith Urban, if you want to record my song, let's do it tomorrow. I'm ready.
Heard it here.
But a lot of great response. Yeah, really. And the music video's out. I don't know if you've seen the music video. It's on YouTube for Might As Well Be Me. And I went ahead and released a music video for my song Headache. And oddly enough, it's like getting traction in Europe right now, which is super fun and cool. So I got those 2 videos out, the radio single Might As Well Be Me. And then we went ahead and released like a little sister cousin of the song, Headache, because it has a little bit of choir moments that are similar. And people are responding. I did a really cool, it was so fun to shoot that video in Nashville downtown with the lights and stuff. So if you haven't checked out the music videos that go along with these, please do, because I've got a bunch coming out this year. I think we're spending all our extra money on music videos. I don't know why, but I'm just like, every single needs a music video. So we're going to do it.
It's all about the theatrics, right?
Yes, I guess. I just want to completely represent what I'm trying to do.
That's cool. Now, you mentioned the videos, the single, upcoming tour dates, all of that stuff. Where's the best place to keep up with everything you got going on, and to keep up with socials as well?
Well, we're relaunching my website, which will be out soon, any time now, DewPendletonMusic.com. I don't know how I lost the DewPendleton.com website, so don't go there. It's I think the best place is on my Facebook, Facebook.com/DewPendleton. Of course, follow me on Instagram or Twitter, or really Spotify is a really big place where people are like really starting to follow me on Spotify, which is amazing. But I think my Facebook page, I do have a Twitter. Like I said earlier, though, I don't ever really get on it.
No,
so if you tweet me, it might be like a month before I see it.
That's awesome. Now, as you're following and you look at the analytics and the numbers and everything, where's the most bizarre place that you've got a fan listening to you at?
Well, I don't know if it's bizarre. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of weird. Germany and Japan, like the numbers are going up in Germany and Japan. So get it, download it, share it. I mean, I think it's cool. I don't think any place is weird, but it is specifically, I mentioned Pensacola a while ago, but it actually says Pensacola Heights East. So like a certain section of Pensacola. And if you know where that's at, it's like, wow, they listen to me there. And it's like the second highest. So maybe that actually more than Germany and Japan and, wherever else. I'm not worldwide exactly, but, almost.
He's getting there. That's for sure.
Almost.
Well, brother, they can keep up with all the socials and then the website as that becomes available as well. But before we leave, do you have time to play another one for us today, brother?
Yeah, I think I need to do the single.
There you go.
Thanks for playing it, brother. And thanks for having me on again. I want to drive till I don't see no city lights. I want to get high. Every star in the sky, I wanna go home. Everybody I know waves when they go by. So if you wanna smoke, roll that one. And if you're gonna drink, yeah, pass me one. If you wanna pay, get on our knees, and if you're gonna love somebody, might as well be me. Hey. I wanna get lost, that look in your eye. I wanna be tall, I love you just right. I wanna come home to you every night. Baby, you know I try. Y'all sing with me. If you wanna smoke, hey, roll up that one. If you're gonna drink, yeah, pass me one. If you wanna play, well, get on my knees. If you're gonna love somebody, I might as well be, yeah. Gonna love somebody. I can feel the waves crashing into my soul. Everybody's got their own way to roll. So if you wanna smoke, hey, roll that one. If you're gonna drink, yeah, pass me one. If you want to pray, well, get on our knees. If you're going to love somebody, might as well be me. If you're gonna love somebody, might as well be me. Thanks for having me back. Appreciate you.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Again, Do Pendleton, check him out. Spotify, the best place. Go follow him on Spotify, all of the socials. And Do, we look forward to catching up again soon, brother.
All right, appreciate you.
Well, thanks again for joining us for this 74th episode in Season 2 of Good Questions with Cameron Dole. If you ever have a comment, question, or anything else you'd like to know, you can hit me up on the contact page at gqwithcam.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at gqwithcam. If you'd like to help out in the funding for this podcast, you can visit our merch store where we've got hoodies, shirts, mugs, tumblers, stickers, and more, gqwithcam.com/shop. If you have a special guest idea, email me, gqwithcam@gmail.com. Well, again, thanks to our good friend Brandon Allen for coming up with our theme music. We're going to let him play us out and hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday.